Hello cả nhà hello.
Now on Highway 80 westbound of Clements, only the right lane gets by. That back up to Broad Street is now going to cost you about an extra hour. 635 westbound of Park Central, that one closes off the right lane. That's
Good morning.
Back into the high five. With WBAP's first traffic on the ones, I'm Monty Cook.
Sáng mưa sương mù quá. Ok, khởi hành ngày mới đi, bắt đầu ngày mới. Bữa nay cao nhất là 84 nha, và thấp là 60. Ngày mai sẽ là nhiệt độ cao 80 và khí lạnh từ Canada về.
Polls are now open this election day, and voters will decide to say of 14 constitutional amendments crafted by state lawmakers. One proposal would set $1 billion aside to upgrade Texas's crumbling water infrastructure and acquire new water resources. The Texas Living Water Project says the state is losing at least 572,000 acre-feet of water per year. Jennifer Walker is with the group and says if something isn't done, drought conditions could get worse. What we've seen is deeper.
Bữa nay là ngày đầu bầu cử nha. Cái chương trình của Arlington mình là sửa lại hệ thống hạ tầng cơ sở của nước.
Bonds are also on ballot. You can get more details about the amendments at WBAP.com. Former President Donald Trump took the stand in his own civil fraud trial in New York. Correspondent Jessica Rosenthal reports he and his sons are accused of inflating the value of company assets. A lawyer with the Attorney General's office wrapped up questioning the former president by establishing that he had to maintain a certain amount of liquidity and a certain net worth in order to obtain loans. The former president said yes, and that he even did that while paying off the loans, adding that his net worth he thought was far greater than what was reflected in the company's financial statements, even without what he called the brand value added in. Outside court, the former president said he thought his testimony went well.
Cái vấn đề của ông Trump bây giờ ở New York cứ đo tranh cãi về xử ông về cái vụ vấn đề về tài chính. Bên kia cứ điều tra về vấn đề business của ông ta, vấn đề mượn tiền với
WeWork has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, marking a stunning fall for the office-sharing company once seen as a Wall Street darling that promised to upend the way people went to work around the world. WeWork said it entered into a restructuring support agreement with the majority of its stakeholders to drastically reduce the company's debt, while further evaluating WeWork's commercial office lease portfolio. WeWork shares have fallen to a low of about 10 cents and were trading at about 83 cents before stock was halted Monday. And get complete election results starting at 7:30 tonight at WBAP.com. I'm Nicole.
Đây là ngày bầu cử nha quý vị, nhớ đi bầu cử nha.
Check back several times throughout your day and keep connected to News Talk 820 WBAP 99.5 FM HD2.
Học sinh được nghỉ bữa nay luôn đó.
We'll have to turn the base quickly, to get there. We're going to fight these guys again weeks from now, and when that time comes, it'll be able to bring up some of these. But when you're in the fight, you don't get it done. You're just generally not happy. You're not happy. Stan Quinn, Cowboys defensive coordinator. Some of them Sundays lost to the Eagles up in Philadelphia.
Nói về vấn đề thể thao, đội Cowboys football của Cowboys thua từng rồi, ông bầu bên defense không có vui.
Down on Sunday, the 2-7 New York Giants game where the Cowboys are favored by 15.5 points.
Tuần này đội ra New York về Dallas mình đó. Đội đó chơi thắng có 2 mà thua tới 5 mà. Cowboys chấp tới 15,5 điểm á, quá cỡ không? Đây ở dưới Orlando cái vấn đề basketball chơi bóng rổ đó. Dallas Mavericks 117. Họ lên đầu 102.
Last night on the Big Ice and Big D, unfortunately, we're down 2-0. So that's a tough hole to get out of against a good defensive team. But you know, I thought the second and third period we pushed hard. We did some good stuff. Stars coach Peter DeBoer, after they lose to the Bruins, the best team in the Eastern Conference final score 3-2. An earning might like this.
Hockey thì tối Dallas Stars thua 3-2.
Said they have a rookie card that they're putting up for sale. It's a 1914 Baltimore News Babe Ruth rookie card. They expect it to go for about $10 million in their auction.
Wow.
I should have been collecting more rookie cards.
Cái vấn đề chơi baseball mà cái thẻ của cái anh nào, của rookie của cái anh nào đó mà bán đấu giá tới 10 mấy triệu. Ok, bữa nay chào Denson, Cảm ơn Denson đã nghe cái đài radio WJAB Morning.
Now, Ernie and Hal J on News Talk 820.
Ernie and Hal J.
And 99.5 FM, HD2.
Người ta đang mở lại cái vụ án mà giót xử ông Trump đó. Đài đang nghe để cho nghe nói lại. Cái này làm gì làm không phải dính líu tới chính trị hết á. Cái này là do cái thù oán do chính trị mà tới giờ này còn lôi ông Trump ra xử.
Talking about his frustration with the trial and how he's dealing with political operatives instead of a legal system. That's exactly what's going on here, in my opinion. Whether Trump's
Ứng viên của đài nói lại là ông Trump không có dễ dàng giữ về xử ông qua cái vụ dính líu về tới vấn đề chính trị.
Up there where the whole world can see what kind of people they really are. Yeah, they should never have brought this case. It should never have been allowed to go to court to begin with. Bottom line, it's come down to the Trump lawyer came out yesterday. She was furious at how she was being treated in court and how the president's being treated, or the former president's being treated in court.
I'm not here to hear what he has to say. That was what rang true, loud, and could not have been more honest, coming from the judge who has already predetermined that my client committed fraud before we even walked into this courtroom. I'm not here to hear what he has to say. Then why exactly am I being paid as an attorney, and why exactly are taxpayer dollars being used in this courtroom? The answer is very clear. Because Miss James wants to stand right here like she did this morning and call my client a liar, call the company fraudulent, and make a name for herself. This country is falling apart, and if we don't stop corruption in courtrooms where attorneys are gagged, where attorneys are not allowed to say what they need to say to protect their clients' interests, it doesn't matter what your politics are. Everyone has a right in this country to get up and put a defense. I don't care who you are. You have a right to hire a lawyer who can put objections on the record. You have a right to hire a lawyer who can stand up and say something when they see something wrong. But I was told to sit down today. I was yelled at.
Hello, welcome to McDonald's. They're going to be
slamming a table. Let me be
Can
very clear. I
I
don't
hand number
tolerate that in
two?
my life. I'm not going to tolerate it here.
Coffee.
I wonder what she plans on doing about it. Obviously, she's going to do
Anything else?
something. Yeah, that's a good question.
Couple
I'd be
ketchup,
curious
please.
to see where this goes after the fact.
That's it.
They're not exaggerating when they say this was a predetermined. They've already decided this, and that actually is true. The judge decided this case. He said, yes, there was fraud, and now we're just determining how much fraud there actually is. So the judge doesn't have a boss. I guess the Attorney General doesn't have a boss. Well, the voters.
Yes.
You know, they voted her in. Yeah, she ran on the idea, show me the man, I'll find you the crime. That old Stalin Mine said,
yes,
I'll
please.
get Trump for you, because I know you hate him, so I'll
Thank
figure
you.
out a way to get him. And that's what she's done. And this really comes down to the fact that what they pointed out is Trump filled out forms for loans against his properties, and they said he inflated the value of the loans. Except in the papers, it actually says, these are my opinions. You have to do your own due diligence, which every bank would do before they would ever give loans.
Đại đang nói luật sư của ông Trump vừa nãy đang nói về dự kiện của ông Trump.
The judge said already ruled that that's not acceptable, and Trump said that's a stupid opinion. And he's right, it is a stupid opinion. What do you mean he can't rule it? He already had ruled on that because they tried to get this thrown out based on that. Okay, so the judge is wrong here. Obviously. Judge is wrong on so who above that judge? Well, they said, hey, you screwed up. That's where it would go to appeals. Yeah, it'd have to go to appeals. And it should never have been brought to begin with. And whether you like Trump or hate him, that's what I'm saying. This is in support of the justice system, not in support of Trump. Right. I'm not even.
Sư ngôn viên của Đài nói là cái sự kiện của ông Trump nó là vớ vẩn, không cần thiết phải đem ra tòa như vậy. Để anh lợi dụng hệ thống tòa án để áp tội những người mà người ta không thích. Đó chơi kiểu chụp mũ. Sứ ngôn viên nói cái đó phải cần thiết phải ngưng liền bây giờ, không thì cái đất nước này sẽ tan rã.
Coming up at 7:17, we're going to talk a little economics. We have to because there are some economic issues going on in the country. Yeah, how much money you got in your pocket right now? $18.
Ông nói tí xíu nữa sẽ nói vấn đề.
I've had the same $18 in my wallet for the last 3 years. Is that right? I never use cash. Oh, don't leave home without it. I think I've got about the same thing. Three $6 bills. I've seen three of them. Yeah. Excellent. Actually, I've got 6 $2 bills. Okay. And a couple of $1. But let's go.
Cái ông sứ ngôn viên này ông có 18 đồng một túi à. Thường thì người Mỹ họ không có đem tiền mặt cái gì, họ xài credit card thôi để tính dụng. I-35 east southbound at Swisher Road in Corinth. It looks like that right lane's taken away. That's heavy back to Lake Sharon Drive. Also on 183 eastbound at Central Drive. 2 right lanes are blocked off. 10-minute delay through that stretch. Got the problem on I-30 eastbound at Camp Bowie in the 2 left lanes. Still got a backup there that's stretching back to Cherry Lane. That's a 20-minute backup. WBAP's first traffic on the ones. I'm Monty Cook. WBAP weather for Milestone Air Conditioning, Heating, Plumbing, and more. Our high temperature yesterday was 83 degrees. Normal for this time of year would be 70. 13 degrees qua 82 nhưng mà nhiệt độ bình thường của mỗi năm là giờ 70.
84 degrees. Winds out of the south, 15 to 25 and gusty. Fair windy and mild overnight. Low 66. Tomorrow up to 82 degrees for the high. But then we have a Canadian cold front coming.
82, nhiệt khí không khí lạnh từ Canada về.
Back toward normal anyway. Maybe a little below normal. We're looking for a high Thursday of 64, low 51, and some rain moving in probably during the day behind that cold front Thursday night. Rain ending Friday with a high of 61, and then we'll be dry and mild with highs in the 60s, lows in the 40s this weekend. Right now we have 64 in Dallas, 61 degrees in Fort Worth. From the WBAP Weather Center. Organ donors save lives. I know this personally because an organ donor saved my life. And as often the case, a donor leaves behind a grieving family. Well, Taylor's Gift Foundation is here to provide free grief support for families who have given the gift of life. So all of us here at WBAP hope you'll support.
Where the hell you been, man? I've been here since 6 o'clock.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Good morning, man.
Good morning.
I'm doing good.
I got some